Yo, people, what's going on? It's the Kitty G on EGTV, and I'm back again with another video. That was an embarrassing performance. Absolutely no excuses for these players who have been hiding. The manager himself. Personally, I keep my shit close to my chest. You guys know for a long time that I've been Arteta out, but games like today just show me why I was right not to flip back to Arteta in when we were on this good run. I was right not to be fooled by what was going on. I personally feel like I let myself down by getting sucked into all the euphoria of the winning and everything that was going on with us winning. At this point, I think Arteta's on borrowed time. Unfortunately, they will not sack him, but they should consider a long-term replacement because Mikel Arteta is not cutting the mustard. This team on how many games consecutively do we get a goal up and then we cower it away and end up losing? The team's performances is a preface of what the manager instills in the team. If he is telling them to do something and they're not listening to him, that is even worse. Because as a team, you should be instilling what the manager tells you to do. You should be taking what the manager tells you to do and inputting it onto the pitch and putting those performances on the pitch. But what's been happening week in, week out has been we would get a goal and we completely forget how to play football. And today, if it wasn't for the referees disallowing 2 goals early in the game, we would be down 2-1 already. And the game would have been pretty much dead and buried. And it would have ended up 4-1. But luckily, VAR helped us out. They did their job. Yes, they didn't give us every call, but there were some calls that didn't go our way, some calls that went our way. But overall, it was absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing, in my opinion. We cannot continue to perform like this. Something needs to be done, be it the manager kicking some people up the ass or the manager himself getting his ass kicked. One or the other. Because how you're bringing Eddie and Nketiah on over Pepe makes no sense to me. How you are continuously letting this team be so lackluster throughout the whole game and not making any changes makes no sense to me. How people are still making excuses that Eddie and Nketiah and Aubameyang misses are the reason why we didn't get something out of this game. Have you watched the same game that I watched? I'm sorry. Call a spade sometimes. Stop hiding in this bubble that is just protecting you from any criticism towards the team. Keep it real. This team is letting us down. This team is letting us down, not the manager. The manager is letting himself down because he cannot manage himself out of simple situations. You have a goal. You're away from home. You have the lead. You have not been bossing you've been bossing the possession up until that point to a certain degree, and you continuously let them put pressure on you. We got a ball playing center back. We have a ball playing goalkeeper. But guess what? Our midfield cannot hold on to the ball. Xhaka came back into the team. We really did not see much improvements. And a lot of people, even myself at times, I thought we would miss Granit Xhaka. You know what? Today was not the game where Granit Xhaka was going to get a lot out of. Look at their midfield in comparison to ours. Their midfield was a lot more mobile. They have a lot of attacking talent on the wings. They don't have a better overall team than us. But what the hell was that? It was absolutely horrendous, in my opinion. Disgusting performance from head to toe. I don't know what to even say. Bukayo Saka was one of the guys who I thought was somewhat decent. Odegaard got into good positions. He got a goal. He did a decent job. Martinelli was non-existent for majority of the game. Lacazette non-existent for majority of the game. Thomas Partey once again doing a poor performance. Ben White couldn't lay the block down for the opening goal, for the winning goal. Ramsdale, I don't even blame Ramsdale for the goals. One goal hit the bar. The next one was a header after he already made a save. So you can't even blame Ramsdale. Overall, I blame the manager. He needs to hold accountability for these losses. And today is not versus Liverpool. Today is not versus Man City. Today is not versus Brentford with academy players playing in the game and people out for COVID. Today was a regular season game. It was a regular game versus Everton away after Everton have been on one of the worst forms in their history of their club. 9 games where they have not won a game, and we did this today. Embarrassment. I don't know what to say to you guys. Absolute shit show. I am sick of it. I think Mikel Arteta is on the chopping block. If you ask me, if we lose against Southampton or West Ham, and at this point the pressure is mounting on him. But yeah, I'll let Dens go first. Dens, what's good?
Yeah, all good, man. Thanks for having me on. To be honest, I'm just still annoyed. It's been, what, 2 hours since the game, and I'm still just sitting here angry. I'll be honest, I've been on the fence in terms of Arteta this whole season. I've been on spaces with yourself and other people, and I've never liked to get into the in or the out policy, but tonight's on him. Blood on his hands, definitely. The substitutions, didn't really understand. I didn't get it. Tavares, he came on, and within 25 minutes, he managed to lose the ball 4 times. How can you lose the ball 4 times? Like, you've been on the field 20 minutes. Tierney, he was the last piece of the puzzle for me. I don't know why he took him off. Like, he seemed fine. I think someone's put in the comments there about Xhaka. How can you let Xhaka play 97 minutes? He's just had God knows how many time out. Like, he's even back quicker than what I expected, what most of us expected. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it a bit more. I'm just really, really, I'm going to say disappointed, if anything, because we're now in a position where we don't know what to do next. But yeah, other than that, I'm all right. Luckily, I'm off work for the next 2 days.
Yo, Femi, you're next. What you saying?
It's funny. It's funny because it's like the immediate reaction of me was this whole team stinks. Arteta stinks. The whole team stinks. It just stinks. I then had to drive back home, and then I internalized the game like for what it was, and I think there's a lot of blame to go around. We can talk about how during the game, I actually took note of this. Partey is not in the right positions in a lot of the game, to the point where Ben White and Xhaka both are yelling at him, saying, "Yo, we need you in a certain spot so we can continue this passage of play." And you're jogging from where you are to where you're supposed to be. So if we do lose the ball, that area that you're supposed to be closing off, you're not there. There's a lot of flack I have for Partey, but I think he might, if there's anyone who I think deserves a hard look of not just this game, but the last game at 12, I think it's him. Because I don't want this to turn into a scapegoat thing, because I think Arteta got it wrong with a lot of the tactics. The fact that he kept Partey on even though he was having a howler. I don't even think Xhaka should have left. I think it was Partey who should have left the game. Just even the Nketiah going in, we can try to rationalize it the way we want to, but the truth is, at the end of the day, he did what he did, and it just didn't work, especially with the misses from both Alba and Nketiah. But I still won't blame them. I think more so what we're seeing in the past couple of games, and just in general, is the lack of we do not know how to control games via the midfield. That is the weakest thing we have done all season, which is why it seems like after we score a goal, because what happens is when we score a goal, a team has to react. And when they react, all of a sudden they're pressing more. All of a sudden they're trying to win the ball back faster. And we don't have midfielders to kind of calm them down. It's like, no. We're still going to do our exact game plan we were doing before. We're still going to we're going to maintain possession. And we're going to keep our cool, even though you guys are running like maniacs. And even the first goal they scored, not the two that they missed, but even the first goal, Partey as well gets the ball. For some reason, he believes he should kick it high to Tavares. For some reason, Tavares has to jump up really high to get it back. Turnover, they end up scoring on the other end. It's the lack of just a complete lack of concentration in the midfield, just complete lack of concentration in terms of how we pass. And above all else, I think my biggest issue right now is, why is it 2 years in and you still have to be on the touchline telling people what to do? At this point, it's like, before it's like, okay, I understand it. Arteta's telling people what to do, but it's like, this is a recurring issue. This is something that's happened against, Leicester, when we went up 2 and then we decided, you know what, we're just going to have the ball and Arteta's going like this. I'm like, all right, cool. Happened against United when we scored, then they scored it, and we scored again. Arteta's like this. It's like, at this point, why aren't you punishing these players if it's still happening? Why is this still happening as a manager? I think Arteta is a really good tactician in terms of putting the X's and O's on the board and making sure people. But I don't think he has the intangibles that makes good coaches great coaches. And as a club as big as Arsenal, I just don't think that we have the time, the patience, and the aspirations to wait for him, or to wait and hope that he makes that intangible jump between a good manager and a manager that we need for Arsenal Football Club. So again, I'm not going to do this whole, Arteta must leave, but hard questions need to be asked about a lot of different aspects of our game right now. And that's about it. I feel like
Let's get into it. Just before I go to AK, TBG says that was awful. We lost to a weakened, battered Everton. Arteta's tactics were shit. So ridiculous, angry. That was spineless performance. Big up Eagle. Sean saying big up everyone. Yep. Arteta in, this Nigerian Englishman. Are you serious? You're an Arsenal fan. You're saying Arteta in. Come on, Nigerian Englishman. Yo, bro, call in right now. If you're saying this right now, call in right now. Explain to me why you're still Arteta in. What do you call it? Uncle, yo, come on, man. Smash the likes, people. You already know what it is. If you're watching right now, Marvel is saying VAR saved you. Yes, VAR saved us. Yes, and we're going to get into that. Granit Xhaka played 97 minutes. Everyone's going to blame Granit Xhaka. Okay, AK, what do you got to say?
Take your time with it. Take your time with it. Listen, Igal, I'm not even here to give you lot corner. I can see you lot are depressed and you lot are a bit sad as it is, isn't it? But I just came to for you to tell me I was right, because what did I tell you 2 weeks ago, Igal?
We'll probably lose.
I told you that the inevitable will happen, man. You lot were on this high horse talking about top four, trying to banter me, this and that. And I told you, man, the inevitable will happen. Arteta isn't who you think he is. You guys will lose a couple of games. ArtetaOut will be trending #1 on Twitter. And man will be making songs again. You know what I'm saying? Man will be shouting, dashing their phone here and there. It's just how it goes with you, man. And I'll be honest, I see a lot of similarities between Arteta and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's making you, man, doubt your own players. Remember this. Like, you, beginning of the season, you, man, weren't doubting Partey. You man went doubting Aubameyang. You man went doubting your players at the beginning of the season. He's doing so bad on the pitch. He's got you man turning against your own players, bro. And it brings a very big similarity to Oli. Oli had us thinking Ronaldo was the problem. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of similarities here. Yeah, and you know what you guys need to understand is you guys are in a good place. At least from what I'm sensing from here and the Twitter spaces that I've been in, you guys are at least all on the same page when it comes to this guy is a fraud and let's get him out. That's the good thing. You guys, I don't think there's a section of fans that are screaming Arteta in anymore. Like, I feel like I've seen a lot of people.
They are. They're just waiting for the next win. They are.
Exactly.
Yo, me, you're in the group chat. You already know. People know. Certain people, they know.
You said they're hiding right now, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Listen, well, if you're Arteta in,
the crazy thing is,
if you're Arteta in and you're listening to this right now, yeah, listen. If you're Arteta in and you're listening to this right now, brother, please do yourself a favor, yeah. Go look in the mirror before you go sleep tonight. Go have a hard look in the mirror. Think of the 90 minutes of football you just watched and ask yourself this question. Is this something I want to see for the rest of my for the rest of his contract, or however long he's going to be there, or for the next 2 years, or however? Ask yourself that question, and if your answer is yes, then go find a new sport, because football ain't for you, man. There's no way you watch that game.
That's the thing.
There's no way you watch that game.
I've lost 5-1 today.
Yo, one second, guys. I want to ask you, Denz, Femi, AK, and Thomas. You guys all have cameras. You've had your cameras on before. Why are you guys being shy right now?
Oh, sorry, I was changing.
I'm not shy, man.
I can't lie to you. I'm eating right now. That's the only reason my camera's on.
I'm gonna let you go.
All right, yo, my guys, take
cameras on, yeah.
No worries. Tobias, you go next.
I'm not shy, bro. I socialize a lot. Come on, man.
Come on, go ahead.
This manager, I warned people about this manager. I said this manager is out of his depth, and you see, making the wrong subs again, bringing on Nketiah, who's whack, and you see that sitter. I can score that with my eyes shut, bruv. Let's be real. And you know what, Aubameyang, I said to people, he's finished. He missed the sitter again. You see. He should have put on Pepe. You see why I want
okay.
Arteta?
So, but
he's got to go tonight, bruv. He's got to go tonight, not tomorrow. Tonight. Get me Ten Hag. I stop wasting my time. Enough.
See, okay, but like again, the only thing we can do is be realistic as of right now. So we know obviously he's not going. He's not going today or tomorrow. So what we can talk about,
and we're not getting Ten Hag.
Yeah, it's not right.
So you want to be you want to be happy with a rookie, yeah? Who's out of his depth?
No, it's not about being happy. It's just more so like, what can we, like, as fans, we can do one of two things. We can bang our heads on the walls and try to change things that won't change, or we can continue to call out the things that we see that are issues. For instance, right now, we as Arsenal fans, like, okay, if you're not going to sack him, spend in January. If you're not,
spending's not going to do. It's not going to do much.
And we will continue. And as fans, I think what we're supposed to do is continue to put pressure on these guys. Like, trust me, I'm here with you. I think it's like asking out. I used to be one of the biggest Arteta ins because like I see the tactics, I see what he's trying to do. I get it, especially in this new era of positional play. I love it. The problem is I don't think we apply it properly. I don't think we apply it properly at all. So it's like, okay, like for instance, if we're gonna be a possession, like how can we be a positional play team, a team that wants possession but we refuse to press? Like it's like, it's like, all right, cool, like and it's like sometimes like I think like, okay, maybe it's because we need someone like Lacazette. The problem with Lacazette is, one, after the first 25 minutes, he needs a breather.
I'm done with Lacazette. I'm done with this guy.
Like, you want, like, Aubameyang because he is better to take, but it just
he's past his best. Aubameyang,
I'm saying, and I feel like if we're gonna, and I feel like again, my heat is less on Arteta. I think it's more of like it's this board that we have. It's like you guys have no, don't get me twisted. I think Arteta's still not the guy as of right now. But
can I say something, bro?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Arteta has made mistakes for me. He sold ME Martinez, our best keeper. He loaned out Guendouzi, Saliba, Torreira, Reece Nelson, and you sold Joe Willock. And you give him Granit Xhaka a 4-year deal. His man management's not good. Now he's loaning out Balogun in January. Balogun's better than Nketiah. What's all this loaning out Balogun?
Okay, you're not making. Okay, we were here. Let's not lose that. We are here together. We're here. Let's stay here. All right. So Balogun going on loan makes a lot of sense. Let's not do that. Balogun.
Yeah, I actually back Balogun.
Balogun played his team over Nketiah. He shouldn't be going on loan.
No, but I think they both should be gone. Eddie's going. I think Balogun should go somewhere as well.
Balogun getting
10, 15,
Balogun's
better than Nketiah. What do you mean Balogun should go? What are you on about? He's better than Nketiah.
Because he's not playing it. We're not using him. So there's no point in
better because then we would the same way you don't want a rookie manager, but you want a rookie left winger and or striker to play.
I want Ten Hag.
I won $1 million.
One second.
Your jokes, man. Your jokes.
First, Turkish said if we're ambitious, we sack him. I 100% agree. Stop scapegoating players. It's clear it's the system. Big up Iga on the panel. Honestly, I don't understand how fans can see Arteta is a bad manager. Some fans are toxically positive. Now, just before we go any further, do me a favor, guys, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. What we're going to look at first is we're going to look at this right here. Was this a red card for you guys?
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter.
Ben Godfrey should not be sent off. Stamping on Tommy Arse's face, that should be a red card. And Mike Dean's an awful referee.
The ridiculous thing about it as well is that if he even got a yellow for that, he got a yellow shortly afterwards.
Which is a reoccurring thing, by the way. That's also another thing. That like,
and what annoyed me, he actually went back. The game carried on, and then he went back, stopped the game, went back like 2 minutes later, looked at the monitor, and still didn't do anything. Like, I don't understand the thought process behind that. How can you stop the game 2 minutes later, go back and have a deep look, and then not do anything? Like, for me, if that's Granit Xhaka, he's going. Like,
it reminds me of the Danny Rose incident during the Watford game, where he pretty much clotheslined Lacazette. And he didn't get a card, and then proceeds to do about 5-6 more fouls, and then still no card. I don't want us to dwell on this as if this was like the game-defining moment, but I do know that if certain players do this exact same thing, we go down 10 men, and then we have to now think about how we like. I do think that also teams should have like there should be some sort of safety precautions for our players too. I don't like this. It's the same thing that happened when Xhaka got booted in his leg. It's the same thing that happened. Like it's one of these things where it's a reoccurring thing of refs are not giving Arsenal the benefit of the doubt in most of these plays, and I don't get it. Maybe they just don't respect us. Maybe it's because of what Arsene Wenger used to say about them back in his day. Who knows? But it's to a point now where it's like even rival fans now are talking to me like, that should have been a card. That should have been a penalty. Remember that one play where Alba had a clear-cut chance. He pulls him down. They say yellow. They say no red card at all. But then in the Man City game, the exact same thing happened, and it was a quick one. They didn't even have to go back to the VAR. It was quick, red card. I just don't get the hesitation when it comes to Arsenal players. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Exactly, that's true, man.
It is what
That's
it
true.
is, man.
So everyone here, red or no red? For me, it's a red.
At
Red
least
for
a
me.
card.
Ben Godfrey's.
At least a card.
Mike Dean's an awful. Mike Dean's
He
an
didn't
awful.
even get a
referee.
card, you're right.
Awful. Ben Godfrey should have been sent off.
Yellow. See, wow, bro, my Nigerian accent's coming. Bro, even
You
a
don't
silver
put your-
been fine.
You don't put your foot on someone's face. You don't do that. You don't put your foot on someone's face. That should be a red card.
I learned last year during the Wolves game, accidental contact is still contact.
Look
Exactly.
at where he's
I've
done
been
it. Look
told
at where he's done it
during
as
the
well. It's
Wolves
like
game. That's what they
it's
told me. Even if
the
it's
worst thing is
accidental.
it's not even like a threatening position that Tomiyasu's in. Like nothing is going to happen there. So to go in with that sort of force is reckless. Yeah, it's got to be at least a booking, but it's a red for me.
No, it's a red. That has to be a red for me.
This
well.
this has to be 10 times worse. Just listen to what Femi said. David Luiz got sent off for clipping somebody in the box on the back of his heel. This guy literally stepped on someone's face and didn't even get a card.
Mind you, they'll tell us that double jeopardy is a thing where you can't get a red and get sent off. Yet it still happened. Like it's just like the rule changes when it comes to us, all of us. It's like, again, I don't want this to turn into this is the reason we lost, but I will say I do not like the fact that refs do not get held accountable for plays like this. It's not just Arsenal. To be quite honest, I'm just in general. Refs are allowed to have shit games, and there's no accountability. Like they can go home to their families, go to their pubs, do whatever they want, come back and then ref another high game with no issues. Nah, I don't like it. I hate it.
This is a can of worms as well. But like you see what happened with Bellingham, and now he's supposedly being investigated. This is why Bellingham needs to step up and do stuff because this sort of stuff keeps happening. And
Exactly.
Bro, I was gonna go
that's
to
the worst
Odegaard.
of the bad bunch for me. That
Yo, guys, I was gonna go to Odegaard's goal, but before I do that, you guys just quickly want to talk about Xhaka
It was
being
a good
back.
finish by him, but Odegaard's just not up to it for me.
What about Xhaka? Xhaka being back in the team. Thoughts on that?
I would have put him on the bench because obviously he came back from injury. But this man,
I don't think he did anything. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people say, "How can Xhaka get back in?" I don't think he did much.
He wasn't even. What's crazy is he was the better midfielder between him and Partey today.
Yeah, he was a better player.
I don't think Xhaka played all right. He played well today.
All I'm saying is, if Partey did, if Xhaka did half the things Partey did today, it would have been his head. It would have been his head today, man.
Partey was just dreadful today. It was dreadful.
And I feel like that's what
for me, if anything, Xhaka has been a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel because we need, especially considering we got a busy December, we need him back. Sambi's one yellow off a suspension.
Some tough games coming up as well.
Yeah, Sambi's one yellow from a suspension, which is probably why he's not playing. So we need Xhaka back now, and I'm happy for it. I wouldn't lose him for 97 minutes.
Lokonga for me, he's lightweight for me. He gets bullied off the ball too. He's lightweight for me, man.
Again,
man. That's what we need.
Remember what I said earlier. I said a lot of the issues that we're having now, we can pick at all these people, but it still goes back to the board. Like, as much as we know that, like, if you know football, you know that within the bunch that we have, Granit Xhaka is probably one of the key pieces needed to be able to play the way we want to play. The problem is, why is he that option still here? That is more so like, it's like someone can understand that, like, yo, Xhaka adds value, but then you can also understand, like, hey, he's too slow to play this position right now, especially in the pace that our game is going in now, especially when midfielders are becoming more mobile, they're becoming stronger, and those strong midfielders are now having the technical ability to be able to pass too. I'm happy for what he does for us, but again, we're not aggressive enough in transfer windows. We wait till, like, we see, like, we'll be good in 2-3. We'll be good in 1-2 areas and then always have that missing piece just sitting there like, oh, what if? Like when we had Ozil, we thought, oh, if we just get a striker and a DM, and then 3 seasons will go back and we'll still not get it. And then when those players are done, it's like, oh, let's go get that DM now. And then we have no attackers who can actually like put a foot on a game. I'm tired of the cycle, guys. And I know you guys are too. Like, I just want a balanced team for once, man. I just want a balanced team.
Let me stop you there. Jasmeet's joined us. Big up Jasmeet. Just before we get on to the next point, Jasmeet, do you want to just give us your take on the game quickly? Oh, you're on mute. Let me unmute you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Firstly, Mikel, I think he should be sacked before he even reaches London tonight. It's been shocking today. But before I get into him, let me speak about the owners. So when they sacked Unai Emery, so if you run a business, so like why would you appoint a person who has zero experience? Like, you're running a big football club. Like, we have like thousands and millions of supporters all across the globe. The Arsenal Football Club earns millions and millions of dollars every year. So why would you appoint someone who has zero work experience? And then I'm okay with hiring young players. What they did this season, okay, we can give them time. They might become world class, and we can get the resale value, which is fine. But why do you appoint a manager who is a novice and who has zero work experience at all? Like, we don't have any we can't even see like how he will be with other players. It's okay, we can see that they could be world class. But anyway, coming back to Mikel, like, how can you put in Eddie Nketiah in ahead of Nicolas Pepe tonight? Granit Xhaka is really, really tired after 60 or 70 minutes, and he's already on a yellow card. Why don't you change him? And then after that, like, they go 2-1 up in the 92nd minute. You still have 4 or 5 minutes to, get an equalizer. You have 1 substitution pending, and you still don't bring Nicolas Pepe on. You still keep bringing those 2 DMs, and like, what kind of a joke is that? Like, what kind of management is that? If I can see that, if all the Arsenal fans can see that we have still 1 substitution left, we have 4 minutes left, why are you still playing 2 DMs? Like, explain me. Someone who's a Mikel Arteta in, like,
I'm not Arteta in, but I can kind of explain it. I feel like we're doing this thing now where it's like 2020 vision thing. Like, oh yeah, like, when I think it's so weird because it's like 2-3 weeks ago, nobody wanted Pepe on the pitch. Now it's like, we need a goal. And now all of a sudden it's like, why did you put Pepe in? I think Pepe just is out the door. Like, I think it's the best for everyone. It is what it is. Like, I'm sorry that he didn't bang at Arsenal. And I to God who made me, like, I loved his comps. I thought he was going to be that guy for us because we need a winger who has something like Pepe's brain. Or just kind of like an F it. We need a goal. I'm going to find that goal. But we need someone with a bit more technicality. Like, he's just a very frustrating football to play to watch. And I've seen him come into games where he'll come in and like, Pepe is someone that needs to grow into games. I don't think he's an instant impact player. Like, he needs about 4, 5, maybe 6 touches before he can get something going. So I understand, like, the Nketiah thing, kind of don't understand, but like, we don't have many other, like, Smith Rowe would have been the perfect option to put in the game, but he's dealing with a groin issue. And then to put Aubameyang in the game after him, you just think, it's one of those things where it's like, Aubameyang has to look at himself in the mirror, and he's like, "Is this really? We do need Rafinha. We do need Rafinha.
Would be good.
Oh, we need Rafinha. Of course, we need Rafinha. What? Oh, man,
yeah, you're too hype. Relax.
No.
Why would he leave though? He's not going to leave Leeds. Rafinha, I love him, but he's not going to leave Leeds.
Yeah, he'll end up at
haven't
Liverpool.
You haven't seen an Arsenal paycheck. What you mean he ain't gonna leave me?
Yo, one second. Let's
playing on the Bielsa, and Bielsa's a bet.
Let's do this quickly. I'm just gonna go through this quickly. One word to explain Odegaard's goal. What'd you guys think? Good piece of work. Tierney cross. Odegaard
good goal, man.
Great cross. Great cross.
Great cross. Great hold up. Good finish. It's
good finish.
I mean, we should be seeing this more often, man.
He found space right where he needed to find the space.
Right.
Okay. No worries, Thomas. And then next thing you know, he's going and celebrating, right? But the controversy of this game for me, what had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with these moments like this. Like, let's be real, guys. On any other day, if this happened to us, we're complaining. That was too tight. I know offside is offside, but any other day, that's a goal. Pre VAR, that's a goal. This is what VAR is here for. If we would have won because of this, I wouldn't have
2
cared.
seasons ago, we would have got hammered today.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
would have been 4-1.
But again, it's
Right.
it's one of those things where like top managers are starting to learn that getting in behind isn't as efficient as it used to be because of this very situation. Like this is why teams are looking for more deep lying forwards, having them hold the ball up and having those wingers cut in, because it's kind of like, okay, I'd rather give you the ball on the run than to pass it to you from the back and then hope that you're onside.
I mean, it didn't happen once. It happened twice. The referees were better defenders today for Arsenal than we were. Like, I'm not even bantering here. They tried their best to give us this win, but we could not take it.
Nah,
This-
I
this
just
was
think
a-
they're following the law,
Yeah,
the law of the game. I think that's just what it is. Like we could say that all we want, but like as Arsenal fans, I don't think we complain that these calls are made. I think we complain that they're not consistent. That's all. Like if we're gonna call the same thing, if you're gonna call the same thing for another game, call it for us too. That's all we ask for. So I am happy to see that like when it is like a nail, like the same way they would have called it on us a year or two ago, they're calling this now on other teams. I think that's more so.
Yeah.
We just want consistency. That's all we want. So, if it's offside and the technology says it's offside, then I'm not complaining. My complaint is not using that same VAR to go check to see if another player stomped on my player's face and then making the correct decision afterwards. That's where my issue with VAR, because they pick and choose when they want to use it. They pick and choose when it's efficient. They pick and choose, and it's like, no, this should be something where it's like, if a mistake
It has
was
improved.
made-
Like I have to admit, it has improved though. Like considering how bad it was last season,
Yep.
I've seen very few like complaints on VAR. But
Yeah.
tonight, luckily, they were a bit consistent for us because it could have been a very big wake-up call and a much bigger defeat if they weren't on the ball. And we've seen them not be on the ball many, many times. So, yeah, we were lucky in terms of the fact that it was just a 1-goal defeat, really. I know that
Did
sounds...
you think it was controversial, any of the offside?
I think the second one was harsh, I would say, personally. For me, the first one, I kind of had an idea that it would be offside, but I think the second one, I think we were very lucky to get away with it.
I think today it was a perfect game for us to bounce back from Old Trafford, because in the last 8 games they had like lost 6 and drawn 2, and we still could not beat them. I mean, it's absolutely embarrassing. Like we were 1-0 up, they scored 2 offside goals, and that should have been the wake up sign for us to at least start defending better, start creating more chances. And still we ended up losing to that team who are on the knees since the last.
Yeah.
It's like so embarrassing. Like honestly, it's pathetic. It's like the worst performance all season. I know people will say Liverpool, Man City, but this team was down on the knees, and we still
They were 16th.
Yeah, we could not even get a draw. It's embarrassing.
And you know what? Yeah. Every time we score first, we sit back. I'm thinking, why are we sitting back again?
That's the manager. That's the manager telling them.
I reckon our Goodison
Mm-mm.
Park is not that good.
Is the players not listening to
sitting
the
back?
instructions?
I
So
don't think
still
it's our
accountable.
inability. It's our inability
It's
to be able to
manager,
control
man.
games
It's
via the
manager.
midfield. That's
It can't
the. I think
But
that's
it can't-
my biggest issue. It's like when we
Bro,
lose
I'm not
control.
I'm not even gonna talk about the final goal. I'm just gonna say we bottled it. This is the final.
It was a good goal by Damari Gray anyway, man.
Yeah,
We
great finish, by the way.
We bottled it. I don't want to hear people saying Ben White is at fault for the goal. Guess what? The team was putting pressure on ourselves. We were not relieving pressure. As a team, you're supposed to relieve pressure when you're in a situation like that. But guess what? Somebody said to me earlier, pressure makes diamonds, but it
Yeah.
seems like Arsenal are crumbling under the pressure.
Yeah.
I just think we're a very poor team. Like for a team that prefaces from building from the back, regardless of any circumstance, we do really bad when teams actually decide, you know what, we're going to really press you guys. Same thing happened at Crystal Palace.
What
Same thing
worries
happened
me
at
as well is is Arteta. In 2 of his interviews now, he's come out and said that he didn't tell the players to do that. Like, for me, that's very, very worrying. If a manager is openly stating on Sky Sports, I didn't tell the players to do that, I'd be worried as him. I'd be
He's
worried
throwing
as
them under the
players.
bus.
The energy
Listen,
just must be very, very, I don't know, I can't imagine, but I would say toxic. Like, if he's out there saying the players aren't doing their job for me, if I'm a player and I'm
You guys
listening
know,
to that,
you guys know Damari Gray didn't get sent off. This guy took off his shirt and he jumped in the crowd. He should have got sent off.
Well, he
Doesn't
scored
matter.
his goal. Like,
I would have done the
matter.
same thing.
I'm happy for
Doesn't
him.
matter.
He deserves his goal.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Like, again,
He's a good player, man.
There's like, if Arteta is a decent coach, like, this isn't a unfixable situation, but he has, like, if he's going to regain the trust of a lot of us who have defended him for time, there's certain things that have to get changed. If we're going to be playing from the back, we have to figure out how we're going to do that against teams who are going to press us from the time we start, especially when you put 2 strikers up top. We don't know how to get out of that situation, and we get to a point where we just start huffing the ball, but we don't have any players who are like target men that can win those duels. Lacazette lost all 6 of his duels today. Martinelli lost all his duels as well. So we don't have someone like an Antonio that's going to like help us in those huffing the ball situations, but we can't play through the back when we get pressed back. So we're stuck between those 2 places. And we also have a midfielder like Partey who at one point in his Arsenal career looked so press resistant. But now the moment someone runs at him, he looks a shell of himself. You add all those together, it's like, as a manager, it's like, if you can't fix this, find someone who will.
Okay, let's go straight into the player ratings. Nitish, how you doing, by the way?
All good. I mean, we did win, but somehow, thanks to Arsenal, I topped my FPL game week, so not all bad.
There you go. You had Damari Gray, I'm assuming.
No, I didn't have him.
Okay. I had Ramsdale as my goalkeeper in fantasy. I'll tell you that. What are you guys saying? Who's making all that noise? Is that you, Tobias? Yeah, it is Tobias. Ramsdale, I'm going to give this to you, Den. Den, what are you giving Ramsdale? And then we'll come to a consensus after you give your rating.
I mean, this is quite an easy one for me. He didn't have too much work to do other than the goals. I think he was hard done by in the first one. I'm going to give him a 6 based on the fact he didn't do anything bad. He didn't do anything amazing.
People in the
Maybe
comment
5.
section, give us your comments also. Let us know who we say. Just put your rating and put and let us know what you think. So Ramsdale 5.
Yeah, I'd probably say 5. I think 6 is generous, to be honest.
Jasmine, what are you giving?
Yeah, I'd say average performance is 5, so just give it 5. Yeah.
Femi, same.
Yeah, 5. He just didn't do a lot in the distribution either. It was just kind of like when we got stuck, he just kind of was just hoofing the ball forward, and I expect him to do a little better in those situations.
There you go. So we'll give a 5. They gave us 6. They said couldn't really do much for either goal. Had a good save at the end. That was their logic for giving us 6. Now moving on to Takehiro Tomiyasu. I'm gonna go to you. What's his name? Jasmine. Tell me, Takehiro Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu was the best of the 4, so I'd give him actually 6. I won't give him like 7 or 8, but he was the best among the 4, so I'd say 6.
Kesh, what's good? Kesh, how you doing? Chilling, man. We're just giving our player ratings for the performance. Saying 1 second. Let me just get this out of the way. Give me your take on the game, bro.
Bro, from the minute 1, it was just shambolic. Like, I was disappointed. Like, you know me, I never complain about. Hold on, my mic. I never complain about fucking lineup and all that. Yeah, but when I saw us still sticking to this 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1, I thought, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, I thought the whole reason you went to that sort of tactics or formation was because you was missing Xhaka. But then to play Partey and Xhaka in a middle 2, you're getting nothing going forward. Like, I didn't see any of them get into the edge of the box or anything like that. Like, and the one time they did, they lost possession. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. Then you're sticking to playing Saka as a right mid and Martinelli as a left mid. These players thrive when they're further up the pitch. I don't want them carrying the ball from over their own half all the way to the fucking opposition's box. Get the Maya and get the midfielders playing. The midfielder didn't play at all. The one little bit of play that we knit together came from Odegaard and Lacazette. What did our midfield do in that whole 90 minutes of the game? Nothing. So for me, there's a lack of ideas there, and like I said, like this team, I don't care what anyone says. I know a lot of people, rival fans, will say, "Oh, they're not good enough." United, yes, they got a much better squad, way ahead of us, yeah. But at the same time, I still expect this team or this squad as a whole to push the likes of United. United should not get fourth spot without being challenged. This Arsenal team is good enough to push these lot, and they're just not doing it. Like, we can't keep going into games and expecting that we're gonna rely on the likes of Aubameyang and all that and create minimal chances. For us to actually achieve anything this season, we're gonna have to open up. If it means going, I don't know, like for instance, our Liverpool done it when they never had a good defense. They just tried to outscore teams. If we have to do that, then we're gonna have to do that, because we can't sit and rely on our defense and create one or two chances that the likes of Aubameyang keeps missing, the likes of Nketiah is missing. It's just not gonna work. And I know we're doing the performance. I think that doesn't even interest me right now. I don't really care about the performance of these players. All I'm focusing on right now is what the manager is doing, because it's not good enough. He spent 150 mil. I'm not expecting this team to finish in the same 8th spot that they finished 2 seasons in a row now. You've got to do better.
Okay, Dylan, what are you saying?
Mate, no surprise whatsoever. As you know, my opinions have been pretty strong since I met you, but it was long before that as well. Shambolic, man. It's just this team has no style of play, no presence. Tactics are just nothing there, bro. Like I don't understand, and especially lately, the fact that we somehow score and we just let off and we just let them attack us. It's not like we've got this great defense where we can defend. That's just not us. And even once they scored, we went back on a little attack again. So I honestly, like, look, my opinions on the manager. I just think you got to get rid of him tonight. I know that they won't, but there's better people out there, man. And we just need to move on as a club. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Azan, try joining back again. I don't know what happened to your connection. Anyways, we were on Takehiro Tomiyasu, so we just gave our rating for Takehiro Tomiyasu.
What'd you give him?
Was I mistaken? Did you give Jasmine? You gave a 5?
I gave him a 6. I think he was the best of the 4 defenders.
Okay, so we gave a 6 for Takehiro Tomiyasu. They gave him a 6 also. They said they thought the foul.
Who gave him a 6?
Arsblog also gave him a 6.
Arsblog, okay.
Yeah. So now we're moving on to Ben White. Kesh, I'll give you Ben White. What are you saying?
Didn't have a great game. Say probably a 4.
4 for Ben White?
Yeah.
Okay, people in the comment section, anyone agree?
I give him a 3.
You give him a 3, Nitish?
Yeah, 3 is fine.
3 is fine? Okay.
You got to remember, guys, today we conceded 4 goals. I know 2 were disallowed, but we let them through 4 times.
Well. Yeah. I'm kind of on the fence between. I think 3 is probably accurate, considering we literally were saved by the official, and one of those. I wouldn't
say saved, because listen, offside is offside. It's the same rule for every single team that's in the league. It's offside. The Premier League even changed the rules to give an extra bit of inch for the attacking players. It's offside.
Saved is probably the wrong word, but they were fine margins.
So if we're giving
margins, very fine.
So if we're giving Ben White a 4, right? Everyone here is saying Ben White's getting a 4 or 3. Right now, is it a 4 or is it a 3? Which one? If you have to lock it in.
We can go with 3. We can go with 3.
3.
Okay, so Ben White gets a 3. Now
I'll be shocked if they say anything over 5.
I'm going to tell you right now, they've given him a 5.5.
Oh my God, bro.
They said he blocked 3 chances and he could have done better on the Damari Gray finish at the end.
He did the same thing twice. one hit the post and went to Richarlison, and the second one went directly into the goal. So
There you go. Gabriel, what are we giving Gabriel? I'm gonna go with Thomas on this. Thomas, what are you going for?
Gabriel, I think I'm gonna give him. I'll give him a 4, man.
4. That sounds about right.
I think he didn't really play well. He didn't really play well, so I'll give him a 4.
I think he even let Richarlison run off the shoulder for that second offside on the 18-yard box.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 it is.
Yeah, I agree with the 4.
yeah,
Kesh, you agree?
Listen, these lot could get a 4, a 3, a 2. I think it was just awful as a unit altogether, to be honest.
5.5 again? What is this? Who's rating these?
He's gonna give every player a 5.5 unless they were terrible. Tierney, who
Probably
wants
one
to-
of the few good ones, Tierney, to be honest.
I'd say,
I think he was awful. I think he was awful. I think
Yeah,
despite the assist, he was probably the most awful one out of all of them. I'll be honest with you.
Nah.
Awful.
I thought Ben White was the worst.
Tierney, are you serious?
I'd give Tierney a 6.
Nah, he wasn't awful. What are you on about? He wasn't awful.
I think he was shocking.
I was going to give him a 5 for the assist.
Tell me,
Yeah,
how was he?
But that's no fault of his own. Like,
How was he poor, though?
Mate,
One
Yeah,
second,
yeah.
guys. Let me
touches all over the place.
just hold that thought with Tierney. Let me go to Aslan. Aslan, before the game, I called you out. I said you're delusional if you think this Everton team are going to beat us.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, Gal, I didn't even predict that we were going to lose. I said that it was going to be a ball draw.
Yeah.
And because I said that, you called me delusional, bro. Look, at the end of the day, look, you're not going to get I told you so, Gal, from me. I'm not about that, my bro. I'm not about this ego shit, yeah?
You're
But,
right.
bro,
Right.
look, that was very rich coming from you. Look, I know you have been doing this social media thing for a while now. I know you come out with bold statements, bold opinions. You're well within your right to. At the end of the day, the way you support our club is entirely how you want to do that, bro. I'm not going to question that. And I understand you catch a lot of heat when you do come out and make these predictions. But my bro, honestly, don't call another fellow Gooner delusional for their opinions, bro. I know you get that from the rivals. That's what rivals do. But don't call out other people who are delusional, who actually speak from the heart, bro. And one thing from me, ever since that I made my debut on when you welcomed me on your platform, Miguel, I keep it real, bro. I don't gloss over shit. I don't sugarcoat shit. I speak from the heart. I say how I see it, and I mean what I say. And again, look, I said that we were going to draw. Yeah, that was me trying to be positive. That was me trying to be positive. But at the end of the day, it didn't go our way, bro. We're coming away from Liverpool or Goodison Park with a big fat 0, holding a big fat L. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, it was a shambolic, spineless, weak performance as a collective. I'm not just digging out one individual or two people, whatever. As a team, because this is a team sport at the end of the day, bro, as a team, we were poor. But saying that, I hold this manager to account, bro. My blame is, as much as I want to, say the players were piss poor, they were, yeah. But I blame the manager and his coaching staff, because whatever game plan they set out, whatever drills that they trained for the whole week in order for this fixture, yeah, bro, it was not executed. And what have I said about this guy? His substitutions, his in-game management is questionable, bro. It's questionable. To me, look, I know, like when I joined, some of you were saying like Tierney didn't have the best of his game, but he wasn't the worst. He wasn't. You know, like why was he subbed off first? Really? Why was he subbed off first? And bro, look, with this whole Pepe thing again, look, I can't make it any more clear. I'm not a Pepe stan, yeah. And when we make a new signing on a fresh 5-year deal, bro, I feel where we are as a club right now, we can't move like all these other big elite teams where like we sign a player within the season. If it doesn't work out, sell him or say two.
I won't lie to you, man. I think he's off. I think he's got something lined up.
Bro, that's like that's clear as day, because I don't know if you guys saw on the timeline, as soon as there was like a 2-3 second clip that hit the timeline, as soon as the Eddie Nketiah substitution was made, you saw Pepe smirking, sitting on
He's
the
laughing
bench.
at it, bro.
But bro, like, look, what I'm trying to say is
laughable.
with Pepe, for me, this guy, look, at the end of the day, by the end of the season, 3 seasons, the club got to make a big decision. You either extend his contract or you sell him on. But if we decide to sell him on, right, fair enough, because at the end of the day, no player is bigger than the club, bro. I support Arsenal Football Club. Yeah,
No manager is bigger than the club.
Not no player on who's got their name on the back of the shirt who hasn't won anything for us. Yeah, like I'm not a fanboy of any of these players. Like, let me make that crystal clear. But what I do have an issue, and I've always said this, and it's not just Pepe, it's with every player that we have. We as a club, we do not protect the value of our assets, bro. And we haven't since 2013 when we bought in Ozil and then Alexis in 2014, and then till this day. We haven't made a single penny of profit of any of the foreign players that we brought in since 2013. The only profit that we've made is from our academy players, or say when we sold Ox to Liverpool.
I think Ox, yeah, that was it.
But he's English, Dylan. Do you understand my point? We haven't made a single profit of a foreign player. And look, at the end of the day, look again. From Man United away, the moment he put Nketiah on for the last 10 minutes, says it all.
Criminal.
This guy doesn't want to give Pepe a chance. Yeah, he's lost faith in him, trust, whatever you want to call it. He doesn't rely on him, but he's giving an academy player who's on the verge of walking out for free potentially, because
he is walking out for free
contract. Same with Lacazette, but we know Lacazette, he's going to be 31 at the end of the season. So for him to leave on a free, I guess we're not going to think much of it. Yeah. Even though we paid around 50 mil for him. But Nketiah, why is it that this lad has refused to sign a new contract, but we're giving him game time over the player that has kept this manager in? This, to me, does not make sense.
We're trying to make him sign, probably. Or
at the end of the day,
why do we want to make him sign?
At the end of the day, I just hope that this manager gets sacked. Yeah, because again, I've been consistent since last year. When we lost at home to Aston Villa, I've been consistent, bro. Throughout last season, I was consistent. We lost 18 games in all comps, bro. Like 15 domestically and 3 90-minute games in the Europa League, right? 18 L's. And what is it now? We've got 6 L's in the league now. 6 L's, it's not even Christmas. Yeah. So look, at the end of the day, and prior to kickoff, Miguel, I said to you, the 6 games that we've got remaining, in the league to the end of the calendar year, we can't afford to drop any more points. Well, we just lost 3 points.
I don't
no 3 points. So at the end of the day, bro, like look, this ownership and the hierarchy, whether it's Vinay, the CEO, or Edu, someone with hierarchy has got to make a big decision in order to salvage our season on potentially getting rid of Arteta, bringing a competent, experienced manager. And again, look, anyone can throw out suggestions. That's all well and good, but we're not paid to make these important decisions. We are just fans, bro. Yeah, it's on the club to make that important decision and get that manager in. Give him the January window. Make more investment. The investment can't stop. And they've been come out on record giving interviews to the Athletic and saying that we're going to be making quality over quantity signings. Do so. You've done a lot of talking. Make sure you start walking as well. Less talk, more action. Yeah, and unless we get a new manager and more investment in January, bro, only then maybe we can salvage our season and fingers crossed get into that full spot, because these next 2 windows and us getting back into Europe is going to be very important in the direction of where we want to go as a club, bro. And if we fail to do so, look, this is our 5th season out of the Champions League, bro. It can be many more after that. So yeah, that's my thoughts, bro. Again, if you want to carry on from the whole player rating thing, we're
gonna go back to it. Kesh just wanted to respond to something, but Thomas, you got music playing in the background. Please make sure there's
all right.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Kesh. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying I don't see how he survives. Like, if you look at a run of games, What we got? West Ham coming up, Southampton
Let's
coming
look
up,
at it.
Leeds.
Leeds as well.
So we got Southampton Saturday, then we got West
Boys,
Ham,
we will be
Sunderland.
under 10th spot by the end of Christmas. I
He
guarantee
won't,
it.
he won't be here. If that happens,
He
you
will
know
be
he's
here,
not-
bro. He will be
he's not
here.
gonna be here.
This club
He's not
doesn't
Lose to
give a
West
shit.
Ham.
He's not
We'll
going
lose
to
to
be
West
here.
Ham. They're going
This
to
club
gonna
don't
be
care, man.
I think we'll
No,
draw with.
you
we'll
can
draw
say
with
they don't
Southampton.
care, but listen, the club has not backed a manager of the last what?
He didn't win for like 3 months last
No,
year,
but
and he
it's
still
different.
stayed in the
These,
job.
these fixtures are not that bad, guys.
There's a difference though.
Nah, we'll lose to
We
We
West
didn't
Ham.
think
bro.
that these
West
were
Ham are a
bad, and we
good
still
side.
lost.
They didn't
Bro,
give
Have you
him
seen
apart
half.
from
January, by
West
the way? Have
Ham,
you seen
bro,
January
We'll
when we
draw,
got
we'll draw
AFCON?
with
That's the worst.
Southampton. We'll lose to Leeds.
January's
They
the
didn't-
worst.
they
Losing to
didn't-
West Ham.
Didn't
Okay,
get-
one second.
No.
Southampton at home is a win.
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw.
West
It's
Ham
Arsenal. We're
could
not
be a
winning.
loss. Leeds is a win.
I'll be honest, Igo. I don't know
Leeds
where the
attack and we
confidence.
can't defend.
I
I
don't know
don't
where
think
the
we'll beat.
confidence
I
from
don't think we'll beat
Southampton's
Leeds as
coming
well.
from.
I think we'll
Oh,
lose
yeah.
to Leeds, man.
You know what? Yeah, it's not even confidence. It's
I'll
the
put it
only
back.
we play so much different when it comes to being at home and away.
We'll definitely
And
lose to Man
January,
City.
though,
way-
We'll
the
lose
way-
to
in
Derby,
Tottenham
we're
in
gonna
2
lose that
weeks.
game.
The way he
Wolves are
rescued
playing
it
better, they'll
last
beat
year
us.
against Chelsea, yeah.
We'll lose to Wolves.
He pulled it off again. It's just going to be another recycled thing going on again. Like we're going to be in the same issue. But like I said, like the reason why you can't compare last season and then not sacking him is because they felt that they could give him the time and he will change things around. But when you go and back him and give him the financial backing that he's been asking for, which is 150 mil this season, not to mention the new contract of Xhaka, not to mention the Banya new contract as well, which now they're probably looking at him thinking, Mikel, you bastard, like you just put us in one. He can't go and not finish in the Europa League spot.
But I still think like you had like Edu come out and he's like, I don't care if we finish 14th,
But-
12th, 10th,
but
6th. So
think
to
about
me,
it.
that shows that no matter what he does, he's not going to be.
Ask yourself why Eddie said that though. If you look back to all the rows that they were talking about in
protect
summer,
his job, bro. Protect
he
his
doesn't
job.
care. He doesn't care. That's why he's saying that.
You know what?
Bro,
Yeah.
I know
Kesh, he didn't care. Kesh, he didn't care from the moment that he stepped onto that luxury yacht and took a selfie with that fraud Raul with their better halves and allowed his wife to post it on social media, bro. That was the very moment that he doesn't care about the situation that we are in as a club or even his role in Arsenal Football Club, bro.
I don't
This
think it's just that though. I think when you look at him, cool, you're saying that he's the man at the top. He's meant to be running the ship, and they've overruled him or whatever. Yeah.
Him and Vinay.
Josh has then come over, and him and Arteta is all pally. Yeah. He's got the torchlight. He's running the ship. The moment that they made him what's it called as well, from
Manager.
coach to manager, that's then taking the ball out of Eddie's court. So that Eddie's probably thinking, cool, you don't do what you want. That's the way I'm seeing it. No, I think both of them need to go. But in terms of the power being shifted, I think when it gets to another 2 defeats, I think Eddie will be ramping up pressure.
Let me just stop everyone there. Put in your comment sections for Kieran Tierney's rating one more time.
Did we give Tommy a 6? I think if we gave Tommy a 6, Tierney needs to be 6.5 because I think Tierney played better.
We'll do that. And everybody watching right now, we're not done with the conversation. We're going to come back to it. Just do me a favor. There's 80 people in the chat. Hit that like button. We're only at 40 likes. If you guys can get me at least 20 more likes right now, that would be really appreciated. But yeah, let's continue. So,
Bro,
Kieran
I'll
Tierney,
be real, you know, like from my perspective, bro, no one deserves more than a 5, and that's if I'm being kind, bro. That's just my perspective. No one deserves more than a 5.
We've already given Tomiyasu a 6.
Okay, fair enough. No,
Aslan and I weren't here.
That's all good. I'm just saying from my perspective, bro. After watching that 90-minute game as a whole, no one deserves more than a 5. At the end of the day, we lost.
Yeah, we got beat
No one
today.
deserves
I'll give Tierney a 5.5 based on the fact that he got the assist. Is that fair?
Tierney was whipping in a couple of good balls today, but again,
the only reason I said 6 is because we gave Tommy a 6, and Tommy was definitely not.
I'm going to give Tierney a 6, yeah? I'm giving him a 6, Tierney. I think he played all right today.
Yeah, considering he came back from injury as well, I thought he was.
He didn't play the full game.
And the guy's injury prone, for God's sake. He's injury prone, so.
Okay,
yeah, but he wasn't injured tonight, though, Tommy. He wasn't injured tonight,
He
bro.
wasn't injured the week.
No, I know he wasn't injured, but I'm just saying he's injured, bro.
The
Like,
reason
we
why
know what he's like.
the
He's
reason why I
injured,
did
bro.
this.
He wasn't even
Here
gassed
we go.
out when he
Here we
was
go.
walking
Here
off.
we go.
The
When he
reason
was
why I
walking
did
off, he
this,
wasn't even blowing, bro.
Aslan, the reason why
I get that,
Gassed
bro, man. I'm
out.
just,
He could have made that whole thing.
I'm
there's
just
bigger fish
frustrated
to fry.
with this shit,
Guys,
man.
guys, there's bigger fish to fry. There's an issue
Oh,
of
Thomas
the Thomas
Partey, this guy. Oh my days, this guy.
You don't want to hear what I've got to say about him.
You want to know something? Kesh, I think it was me and you who were on stream together when somebody came on and they said they watch Atletico Madrid week in, week out, and they said Thomas Partey is not the guy we think he is. Were you with me that stream?
When we were talking about him and Samori, and I said I'd rather have Samori.
I think so. It was something like that. But basically, I'm not saying I honestly I bought the hype about Thomas Partey. But the player that we got,
We all did, man.
I'm telling you right now,
as
Thomas
well.
Partey isn't as bad. It's the manager, bro. You can't come from Diego Simeone, some elite management, and then get coached by some cone kid and expect to be good around a bunch of clowns.
Exactly.
That's not how it works, man.
He's coached by a rookie.
And we're putting kids around him, bro. We need experience there.
That still
This
doesn't-
guy, you can't go and buy
we
kids
can
and
say-
expect to do
we
man.
can say all- Listen, we can say all that, yeah, but at the
was
same
poor
time,
again,
you have
yes,
to
again.
understand. Being caught on the ball is not a manager problem.
Oh, he's abysmal.
Making 5-yard pass and putting it straight is not a manager problem. That's a you problem.
That's on him.
Yes. The system that he's playing in, I do feel I'd love to have Partey in a more box-to-box role than someone that's sitting deep and trying to orchestrate. Because I don't see him as this type of orchestrated midfielder that a lot of the fan base sees him as. He doesn't what's it called, set the tempo of the games. Yes, we know he can drive at players. That's what I love the best about him. Him driving, taking the ball and taking it forward. But he's not this dictator. He does not dictate play at all. And we look to him to do that. It doesn't work when he's doing it. So when the people say
one second, Kesh, this guy here, why do you guys blame Aubameyang and Eddie blame Arteta for Aubameyang and Eddie Nketiah missing sitters? Did anyone here do that? Am I mistaken? Did anyone here blame?
I don't blame him for that. I don't blame him for that at all. I don't blame him for that.
I
Listen,
don't blame them because
I
Eddie
just blame
shouldn't be on the
Arteta
field.
for
He's
his
not good
subs.
enough. Yeah, he's
Listen.
not good enough.
Bro, at the end of the day, if you're being real and true to yourself, and if you're speaking with common sense and your hand on your heart, bro, as much as the manager is at fault for tonight's fixture, the players that put on our beloved shirt,
Yep.
Oh, we lost.
So clear as day, that cannon weighs too heavy on their chest, bro. Do you understand? Can you hear me?
Man came just to troll. Man came just to troll. Anyways, let him get it out. But yeah, Thomas Partey, I'm giving him a 1.
Miguel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear, bro.
I'm giving him a
so
1.
look, at the end of the day, look again for me, look, I know we're doing the player ratings, but all of those players are responsible for the actions or how they performed on that pitch tonight. Yeah, like for me, bro, like they've got nowhere to hide. They've got nowhere to hide. We have to call out the players, but most of all, for me, it's the manager. But yeah, Partey, bro, for me, again, tonight's performance, he only gets a 2. He only gets a 2.
I'm giving him a 2 as well.
I gave him a 1.
I'm giving him a 2. Poor again.
I actually want to see him play
because
like
he
that
wore
for
the
Ghana.
shirt and he turned up on time for the team bus to go to Goodison Park to be available at kickoff. That's the only reason, and that's me being kind, bro. That's me being kind.
No, I wanna see him play like that for Ghana and get away with it. That will be so much fun.
To be honest, after
Ghana
that
has a better
interview-
squad than us.
After that interview, I thought all the eyes were on him. That's the problem, and that was his worst performance. The whole team's worst performance all season. but-
worst performance
You
in
know
the
what? Some
Arsenal
of these players, are not.
Xhaka.
They don't deserve to wear the shirt.
Give me
None
this
of
fraud.
these players. They don't deserve to wear the shirt.
So
for me,
I gave Thomas Partey a 2. They said bereft of confidence, out of form. Another game where he basically passed him by. Okay, Granit Xhaka. Dylan, go ahead.
Bro, listen. I don't want to keep repeating myself on this dickhead. This guy is just unbelievably shit. His positional awareness, his lack of a football brain is unbelievable. Like there was the one tackle where he couldn't even chase back. I think it was Damari Gray on the right, got the yellow. Obviously, in that he never should have done that type of tackle in that situation. But by him doing that, when Everton went on that breakaway for the second goal, it allowed him to pull out of the tackle, not take him down. Otherwise, he gets a red, and we lost the game.
Yeah.
His passing was shocking. And how does he walk back into this team after 2 months? How does he walk back in?
You know
He
why?
looks so tired.
Do you know why? I think this is another
He's
thing
kissing the
that
manager's ass.
This is another thing I was talking to somebody about the other day in a space. I was saying he lacks leaders in the team, and
He ain't a leader, bro. That's not a leader to me.
Xhaka's one person who people listen to Xhaka, and Arteta trusts him to get his things. His
If
plan
people listen to Xhaka, that's our main issue in this football club, because everyone should be embarrassed that this guy puts on a jersey for Arsenal Football Club. It is fucking embarrassing that he comes on that field week in, week out.
Giving him a 4-year deal.
Not as bad.
Pathetic.
He was not as bad as Thomas Partey today. He
No,
deserved
but
it.
It wasn't as bad as him.
No, but
It
I question
wasn't.
him. I question him.
I
Fucking
give him a
problem.
5, man.
1 second, stop.
Yeah, but bro, if he wasn't as bad as Thomas Partey, does that make him good on tonight's performance though?
No, it just makes him slightly better.
I think the thing is with Xhaka, right? Like, I do feel sorry for him because he's come back in tonight. We've been defeated, and I've already seen dozens of people on my timeline. Oh, why did we bring Xhaka back? The guy played 97 minutes. He's not even meant to be back yet. He wasn't at fault today. The whole team were, but he wasn't.
I think
Our midfield is getting overrun non-stop.
Let Jasmeet go. Jasmeet.
Yeah, no, I question the man management of Mikel. So he played Ainsley Maitland-Niles against Watford. He was a man of the match. What does he do next game? Benches him against Liverpool.
Yeah, why?
And now
Why
today
he
he's not even in the squad today. Not even in the squad. No, I'm not saying play Ainsley today. I would have played Sambi maybe with Partey.
Yeah.
But why is Ainsley not even in the squad? Like you do a man of the match performance, and what's your reward? You get benched and then you kicked out of the squad.
He's always done that though.
Yeah,
He did it with Pepe.
Yeah,
Martinelli.
He did it with Maitland-Niles.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we giving Xhaka a 3? Is that fair?
Use Ken.
I'll give him a 5. Like he played okay today. I'd probably say I'll just give him a 5.
I'd probably be in the middle for. I mean, if I'm going to give him a 3, that's saying he's as bad as Ben White, which I don't think he was anywhere near as bad as Ben White today.
No, I think Xhaka was okay. 5.
I think I don't like the guy in it, but if you look
I don't like him either, but I'll give him a 5.
a lot of his passes was off, but you actually look at the areas he was trying to play the ball in down the fullback, in between the centre back.
I liked that he actually had a good idea. He had a good intention, whereas
But
Partey was.
we all know for 5 years this guy since we've been in Champions League, this guy's been here for so long and nothing's
5
changed.
years.
I think we need to get back to the days where we actually buy incredible footballers in midfield. We need to get back to that. I can't when I see the way we are now, I can't just help feel it's karma on the way we forced out Wenger, karma on the way we try to desert what he's put in place. Yes, he's ran us to the ground and everything, but for being here for 20 years and playing quality football, we should have extended on what he's done and put someone who's going to come in and continue that with a better defensive nous. And we went the opposite way. A lot of fans asked for more defensive type of manager. Mikel's coming. He's damn right trying to be very defensive, and we're not getting goals. And it's just shambolic, isn't it? But like I said, like we all know what we need to do in order to change it. He's had his time and everything. I was sitting there and dissecting how the players played in the game that we all know that the old team as a whole played shambolic. I think it's just a waste of time. We just slap ourselves around the head and go to sleep. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, man.
There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna give Xhaka the 4. Fair?
That's
That's
fair.
fair.
Man. That's fair. It's fair.
Okay.
I would give him a 2.5, but I mean, if the
Same.
majority rules 4,
Okay, Aslan.
Nah, 2.5. That's harsh, man. Come on.
Odegaard.
Real.
I'm gonna set the bar. Odegaard minimum of 5. Guy did a good.
I'll give him a 5,
Did a
man.
goal.
Odegaard,
I
5.
thought he's the only one that was actually.
Yeah, I'd say 6.5. I'd honestly give him higher than a lot of them.
Well, like I said,
6.5.
like we always do this. Like we get players and we play them in some weird positions. Like
I thought he did his job. Like he was passing, he got the goal. I don't think he was the only one that showed promise.
Should be playing a different role. Xhaka, we've seen what he does for Switzerland. He plays a lot high out the field. Odegaard, as a number 10, you try and play him deep. Like, he comes deep to collect the ball. Tell the guy to stay high.
Yeah.
Stay in between that zone, in between, behind the
And
defense.
Kesh, why does he always drift to the right, Kesh?
Adnan, 1 second.
Kesh, why does he always drift?
Manager tactics.
For me.
Guys, can I say one thing?
Well, again, Dylan, is that down to the manager or is it the footballing IQ of the actual player?
Adnan,
No, but Ozil
I think it's got to do with both.
I agree. It's both.
Quick question, guys. Can we take a positive from this game and be like, you know what, Odegaard is now chipping in goals?
The positive is that we have
Yeah,
more
he's
people
chipping in
hating
goals. What
Arteta.
we've been missing. He is. He's been chipping in goals. What we've been missing since Fabregas and Santi Cazorla. At least he's getting goals from midfield. That's what we
but
need.
he's
Sometimes
not
we don't
creating
need that.
anything. He's not creating anything though.
That's not true. That's not true.
No.
That's not true.
He was the one who put the cross in for the Eddie header, which he hit the post.
He played Martinelli through as well. If Martinelli took a better touch,
That was Saka. That was Saka.
around the
That was
keeper.
Saka. Saka put the cross for Nketiah, not Odegaard.
Then maybe for Martinelli, he put
the
in
Martinelli
pass.
one where he tried to chip it. Like, listen, I'm telling you, this guy is good. Like, he's not been unlocked as of yet, but if you play him in a higher role, tend to stay higher, be a lot closer to the striker, you'll get a lot more out of him.
And central, bro. Not only higher, he's got to stay central. I don't want to see him floating out or drifting out wide, man.
Yeah, I want to see him in the middle where you can
Aslan, of course you're going to drift wide when he's not going to stay out there. Lacazette drops deep. What's he going to do up against what?
Yeah,
5
Here's the thing. I think he needs other
Lacazette
tools.
shouldn't be dropping deep all the time.
He hasn't got all the tools he needs
Kesh,
around him.
I get when there's phases of play, whether it's on the right flank or the left flank, and like if he has to go to either side when we're in possession like that, or say making a push to the final third on that particular side, I get that. But again, bro, like for me, he's not central enough though. He needs to be more central.
But we don't keep our striker central. That's what you get it. So if he stays central, he's just going to be marked out of the game. That's why he drifts. If you tell the striker to stay high and play on the centre backs, that occupies their centre backs. So their centre backs can't pick him up.
But then surely that can't give it up on the manager for his tactics.
Odegaard's a
It's the manager because he's out of his depth. That's why.
Yo, is that a good rating, guys? Or is that
What?
too high? 6.5.
I think it's 2. I'd give him a 5.
I'm only giving him 6.5 because we gave Tommy a 6. Tommy wasn't the best player on the field. No way.
I'll give him a 5.
I think 5.
He's
So
played the
who's
last
your
2
man
games.
of the match?
He's played the last 2 games and we have lost both of them. He doesn't do enough defensively. He doesn't create much. He missed, he scored today, but he also missed 2 chances.
Did you see that chance where he could have taken it on his right and he cut in on his left?
Yep.
It's like, bro, Eddie played him the perfect pass and he just, it's so frustrating.
Sometimes with Odegaard, sometimes he just doesn't do it. He's just not up to it for me, man, to be honest.
Okay.
So frustrating.
Next is Saka and Martinelli. Let's just do them together. I felt Martinelli was non-existent.
I'll give both of them a 2. I don't think any of them.
Martinelli was a bit poor today.
Saka got bullied out the game.
I felt like
was good in the
Martinelli
second
was
half.
the worst out of the bunch today.
Only thing I would say though is I don't blame these two's game based on them. I blame the way they play today on the manager completely because
100%.
These
are on the midfield, man. We don't get the ball to them enough.
These players,
a better manager will get the best out of these players.
The area that we're getting the ball to them, like they're having to come in their own half to get the ball and dribble.
Yeah.
Like they should be playing very higher up on the wing, the centre back. They should be making runs in behind. I didn't see Saka make a single run in behind today. Everything was coming to feet.
Yeah, you know what Mikel does on the touchline? He's constantly yelling at players to go back, help out, go back, help out.
Kesh, the only time I saw Saka running behind is when Tomiyasu played the ball over the top. In that first half.
Did you find that he stopped a lot today? There was a couple of balls over the top where he could have got.
He should be playing that. Martinelli should
Because
be
of
playing
the
that.
starting position, that's why he stopped a lot.
With these two, or you know, because we're on Saka right now, bro. For me, when he's on in possession, the team or their teammates, they don't allow them or give them options. Like they're so distant whilst when they get in possession, and they get doubled up on as well, bro. Like the team doesn't help our attacking front line. So I don't know, man. Look, on Saka, I can't be harsh. Like he was getting bullied in that game. A lot of the the Everton team as a whole were just very physical today. That's why I say like we were weak in that whole 90 minutes. So I don't blame.
Xhaka shouldn't have started because came back from it. He shouldn't have started because he's injured, bruv. Shouldn't have started him.
Let me get Natish's take on this. He hasn't spoken in a while. Natish,
For Saka or Martinelli, which one?
What's your rating?
Saka, I'll still give him maybe a 4.5 or a 5. He had a good second half. He did try to create something. Yes, he wasn't it wasn't his best game, but because our overall midfield wasn't doing anything, I think he was apart from Odegaard, he was one of the players that was troubling Everton to an extent, and they were trying to play everything through him. And eventually, obviously, we didn't get the goal. But as Jasmeet also said, the final cross for Eddie as well, which he could have headed in and made it 2-2. That also came from Saka.
Someone said today that we rely on ME Smith-Rowe more than Saka now.
For goals.
I don't think he's what was missing today. I don't think Smith-Rowe wins the game.
Depends on the style of game.
We shouldn't
we're too over reliant on kids, man. Like that's the problem.
Exactly, man.
None of these men, like these guys are men. Even Thomas Partey, Aubameyang, Lacazette, the rest are just kids, man. Like we need to buy established class players. Like I know you want to build
the Liverpool game as well. Look at the Liverpool game. People say we rely on Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe was non-existent in one of our biggest defeats ever. So
he's sometimes a passenger for me, Smith-Rowe. Sometimes he's a passenger.
But he's a kid as well, man. He's got no one to learn off. Like I look at the likes of Jack Wilshere and stuff. They learned off the best.
Everyone, tell me your rating for Saka quickly, so I can just get this passed.
I have to give him a 4.
4, I reckon it's fair.
4 for
because he shouldn't have played the injured Saka. This is what I don't get about this manager. Why are you playing him when he's injured? This is what I don't get about this manager.
4, Aslan.
Yeah, for me, it's a 3. But again, that's not on any fault of his own. I just feel the senior players and his fellow teammates didn't do enough to help him.
Yeah, he never had a single. He was always double teamed.
And look, at the end of the day, bro, for me, the likes of Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, they shouldn't be getting anywhere near the minutes that they're getting or playing currently within this. Like, bro, the weight and pressure that we put on their shoulders to rely on them is
it's not fair on them.
Bro, it's not fair and it's unforgivable, man. Exactly. I can't believe currently like the manager is putting all this pressure on both of their shoulders. It's unbelievable what I'm
witnessing. He doesn't know what he's doing because he's a dead man walking.
I beg you, let's get through this and then we can talk about whatever afterwards. Martinelli, can we just also go 3 or 4?
3.
Yeah, 3.
I have to give him a 3. I think he was poor.
Yeah, I love him, but he was poor, man.
Lacazette gets a 2 then.
Lacazette was poor.
Yeah. Anonymous. He's supposed to come off the bench, make a difference. Give him a 1.
I'll give him a 0.5.
I think we should just cut.
That's the lowest I can give him. There's no option for 0.
Lacazette needs to go in January. I'm done with it, bro.
What did
Lacazette and Aubameyang both need to go? They're both.
Yeah. What did Arsenal give? 5.5. And what did they give Saka?
6.
They give Martinelli a 5.5. Jesus Christ,
they
man.
How come they give Saka?
Giving Lacazette a 4 is the equivalent to them giving 0.
Who gave Lacazette a 4? Who gave him a 4, bro? He was
Okay. Tavares came in.
He gets a 1.
1. It was his mistake that led to the goal.
Tavares.
He was the worst player in the pitch.
What's that 4 mistakes in the last 4 games?
Give him a 0. And Ketia gets a 0 from me.
Oi, is that 4 mistakes in the last 4 games?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Mate, Tavares was terrible. He lost the ball 4 times in 20
minutes.
minutes.
As soon as he came on the pitch, bro.
Aubameyang missed the sitter again.
That's what I'm saying.
Did someone send me a clip of the sitter that he missed? I turned the shit off. I was done with it.
I told people he's finished. I've warned you lot he's finished, bro. I told people he's finished.
He's not trying to blame someone when he done that.
Miguel, why did you give him a 1 when you could have given him a 0.5?
Give him a 0. He deserves a 0, Miguel, man.
I just pressed 1 instead of 0.5.
Nah, he needs a 0 now. For that miss again, nah.
You guys are so mad at him. It's okay.
Bro.
Bro, he missed that shot. I can score that with my eyes shut, bro. The guy
Bro,
missed.
that's wait, captain uncle, bro. That's a sitter, bro. He should be in the target. It's a sitter, man.
Nah, he's
Drag
finished.
that wide.
Get him out of my club now. He's done for me.
Yeah.
Okay, yo, I'm just gonna do this quickly. Closing remarks, Jasmine. What's your closing remarks on the game? And then everyone, we're just gonna go one by one.
Mikel out tonight. As soon as we get rid of him, the better for our club. We've already wasted 2 years on this clown of a manager, and even if we finish 7th this year, the board will say it's progress. And then what?
We're gonna finish 7th. Let's be real.
Yeah, we'll finish 7th, and they'll say it's progress.
I do not want that stupid conference league.
Thomas, let Jasmine go. Go ahead, Jasmine.
Yeah. So we'll finish 7th, and they'll say it's progress. But we've been just wasting 2 years now on Mikel, and the sooner we get rid of him, the better for us. He's a clown. He's a novice. He doesn't know how to manage. He doesn't know how to manage. He doesn't know the in-game management. He doesn't know his substitutions. Like, we were needing a goal in the last 3 minutes, and we were still a substitute could be made, but he did not do it. So yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, later, Jasmine. Have a great day. Den, big up to you for joining me. What do you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, the whole Arteta thing is a bit annoying because I don't really know what manager's going to come in and take this on. I said this earlier on a space.
Any manager will take this job, bro. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world. Never forget it.
I'd love to think so, but right now I feel like
hey, bro,
Conte
just went to Spurs. They haven't won shit in like 27 years. How long have they won something for?
My bro, look, I know we haven't done it, but bro, look, at the end of the day, money talks, bro. Like,
I'm hoping that a manager can, but for me at the moment,
yeah, that's what we all hope, bro. That's what we all hope.
It's when you walk in. I feel like it's one of them jobs. You walk in, the curtain's already closing on you because there's so much work to do. Aubameyang's got to go. Lacazette's got to go. You've got to fill more gaps than there already is.
And Nketiah's got to go as well.
We've already got a paper over cracks already, and then there's going to be more to do. It's madness. It really is madness. And Southampton, Gal, I don't know where your confidence is coming from. I'm actually quite impressed. But if I was Adam Armstrong and I was looking at that defence right now, I would be having a field day because Tavares
boys, we spent like 160 just to fix a defense. That's not even including Gabriel or whatever.
Mistake, like Kesh said there, 4 mistakes in 4 games. Tavares, he made 4. He let go of the ball 4 times in 20 minutes. It's got to be like a record in football. I've never known someone. I don't know what to say anymore. You know what? It's only going to get worse before it gets better. I hate
Hopefully we can get rid of this manager.
I don't think Arteta's going anywhere. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
He's out of his depth.
He's not.
Yeah, the club doesn't care though.
Thomas
Dan Kroenke's just happy with a rookie. He's happy with this manager.
Let Den say his final words, and then he's gonna.
Yeah, no, I'll be literally like a second. And yeah, I think the problem is right now they don't know who to bring in. So even if they wanted to sack him, I don't think they want to anyway. I think they're going to ride it out until at least, I'd say February, maybe January. There's only a short time to the window, and if things are going that bad, they'll just throw money at him. Apparently, they put a deal in for Vlahovic, so that's a sign of something that they're trying to spend money.
They won't,
but we'll see. You know, it's nearly a fixed. The team's nearly a fixed puzzle. So once we get that right, hopefully we can get the ball rolling.
Exactly.
Okay. Big up to you, Dens. Thanks for joining, bro. I'm just gonna go to the next person.
Big up, then, bro.
Tommy, you go next, bro.
Like I said, I want Arteta sacked. I want him tonight, bruv. Tonight, I want him gone. Get Ten Hag. I just don't want people to waste my time. Get Ten Hag. I don't care. Just get it. Get Edu. Not Edu. I mean, get Overmars as our sporting director and get a better owner than Daniel Ek. And these people are just wasting my time. I want to get back into winning league titles. That's what I want. I want to win league titles again. I want to win Champions Leagues. That's what I want. Not to finish back-to-back 8th. No. This is Arsenal Football Club. I wouldn't trust Arteta with my bakery, let alone my club. He's ruining this team. You know what? Yeah, he's loaning that Balogun again. He's loaning that Balogun next month. I'm thinking, what are you doing?
Is that actually official?
Balogun. He's doing it. I'm thinking, what are you doing?
He needs to get rid of Eddie. Keep Balogun as the sub.
Exactly. Give Balogun minutes. Put him on the bench. Get him on to change again. That's what I want. Not Nketiah. He missed He missed the sitter again. I can score that with my eyes shut, for God's sake. I've had enough. My dad's had enough. My dad just frustrated. He just left the living room. He was pissed off as well. With Partey, everybody playing shit. No, bruv. I've been supporting Arsenal since 2001. I'm 27, for God's sake. I want to win. I want to go back to winning league titles. We haven't won a league since 2004. I want that shit again. Not finishing 8th. No, I've had enough. Get me Ten Hag and the new owner and stop wasting my time. I've had enough. Otherwise, I won't go to the games. I'm not going to spend my money on this shit. No, I'm not going to go to. I don't even know if I'm going to go to the games. I don't know if I'm going to go to the games because I've had enough of watching this bullshit, man. It's got to end now. You know what I mean? It's got to end now.
There you go. And
Aubameyang is just whack. Sell this guy. Sell this motherfucker. I've had enough. Sell him.
No worries. I big up Tommy. Have a good one, bro. Kesh, I'm gonna go to you next. What do you got to say? Closing remarks.
What is there to say, bro? You know what I mean? Like, we've spent 150 mil. Now looking like we can't get a good competitive team out to play some good football. It's not happening. So, like, there's only one thing to do. Like, you got to move the manager on and bring someone else in. It's as simple as that. Like, if you look at our fixtures now, we lose one more game. You got the guys in front of you. That's going to be nine, probably close to 6, 7 points ahead of us.
Tottenham have a game in hand as well.
So,
yeah,
it's just one of those things where you just have to just call it where it is.
We're 5 points from 12th, I think.
And refresh. Like, for me, I'm not even so anged up on the thoughts of bringing Ten Hag in. Like, there's only one guy for me, and you know who that person is. I feel you get an interim manager in. You get interim manager in. Enrique. That's the only guy.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Because, like I said, like,
I'd love that.
Wenger, despite what many fans might have opinion on Wenger, he built something over many, many years, and we ripped it all apart and decided to go a different way about it. And for me, that's despicable. We should have continued what he's made with a better manager, a more modern version of Wenger, shall I say.
Yeah.
We should have picked the same style and not change it, correct? Yeah.
And we would have been in a much better position than we are now. But then
we would have had that at a time where when Wenger won those 3 FA Cups and the club were continuously renewing his 2-year contract, bro. If we didn't do that,
2 mil extra a year, yeah.
Bro, we could have gotten Pep. We could have gotten Klopp. Unfortunately, because of those FA Cup wins. And look, I was just as happy as the next Arsenal fan because I grew up watching and appreciating. So I appreciate the FA Cup and like for us to be the record holders of the oldest club cup competition, bro. I'm happy of that achievement. But at the same time, bro, this club needs to make the important, cold, hard decisions, man.
You know what? Someone said to me the other day.
Dilly and dallying at the end of the day, man.
Someone said to me the other day. I'm never going to say what rival fan it was, but the person just said to me, "We just need to change our policy in the way we think the players we're trying to sign." Listen, I'm happy. I think we needed that refreshment of the old squad, shall I say, some youth players. But what you need to go and do now and attack this head on is to go add some marquee players, proven players.
Yeah, you do have
and
to.
You put them amongst the squad, and then you see the levels go up. Because that's what we're missing right now. We're missing levels. Players that actually know, I'm representing this club. I'm going to carry you. There's no one that really wants to carry this club apart from the Xhaka and the ESR that's trying their best, which they shouldn't be because the ESR has not even played a year of senior football. He's not played a whole year of senior football, and he's actually the one that's trying to be made to be the person that's carrying us. So it shows the level where we are right now in terms of all the other teams around us. And the next transfer window and the one after that, we got to attack it differently. And listen, like I said, today, Mikel Arteta played his cards. Like, I've given him his time. But the fact that you stuck to the 4-4-2 made me question everything. Made me just look and think, you fell upon this 4-4-1, 4-4-2 system, and it's carried you in that run of games that we did. But now you've this Xhaka is the person that you say is your important figure in your system and the way you want to play, and then you bring him in and you stick him in a bank of four with Partey. It shows me that you lack ideas and you don't believe in what you're trying to do. He doesn't believe in what he believes in his own ideology. So you just got to rip this one up and you go again. You get someone else in. But when I say you get someone else in, you don't just go and get another rookie manager or someone who's not tried and tested. Like I see a lot of fans say Graham Potter. Yes, Graham Potter might be doing very well at Brighton or whatever. And you might say if he has better quality, he will be able to do a lot more. But I'm not going to sit around and say gamble again because we've gambled on enough already. You just got to go get someone who's elite, someone who's able to match the likes of Klopp and match the likes of Pep.
Yeah.
And that's the only way we get any better. That's the only way we move.
All right, Kesh, thanks for joining me, bro. Big up to you. Appreciate
Kesh.
you coming on, man.
Big up, Kesh.
Next, Dylan, do you have to go or Natish? Which one of you have to go to sleep first?
Sleep, bro. It's fucking 11 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
What are you talking about? It's midday.
Oh, Kesh, so you're not going. I'll just keep you there then. Natish, you can go because I know it's late for you, right?
Yeah, it's 6:30 a.m.
Tell me what you're saying, bro.
Crazy.
I'm fine. I mean, we had a loss. Team didn't play well. I'm still Arteta in. I don't have any regrets. I'll be here till the end of the 3-year contract that he has, and I'll be back.
You
to
say
the
you're
manager.
Arteta in, Cash?
No,
not
I'm
Cash.
Arteta. Yeah.
Why?
Because the thing is, if we get in a new manager now, we have gotten in players that are already playing according to his style. Then you
But what's the
reset it
style?
in the middle of the season.
What's the style?
Like, let me give you a simple example. Right now,
I
he
want you
got
to.
Ben White because he plays out from the back. Now, if we get in another manager who does not suit the same style of play, he wants them to be direct. Maybe Ben White may not be able to do the same thing.
But
You
that's
want to
like any
risk
other
so
club.
much.
It's like any. Look at Chelsea, man. The same thing happened when Lampard for Tuchel. Same thing happened with Oli and Ragnick. And that's what happens in football. No manager has the right to have exactly 100% of his players. That's never going to happen. You got to work with what you have and develop it in a style that's going to suit those players. And he never did that.
No, but the thing with Chelsea is they have a double squad. If one set of players doesn't work for them, they can use the other set of players. They
So
can
do
always
we.
mix and match.
We got
So we
Saliba.
don't have.
Switch him in
No, we
instead of
don't.
Ben White.
Half the show people were complaining about the fact that why are we playing kids in our starting 11? The reason is because the senior players aren't good enough. So where is the second squad that you're talking about? So anyways, the overall thing is I am okay with him getting his 3 years. If he can't do anything, he has to go. He has one FA Cup to his name. If he can't get anything more out of it, if we don't get European football at the end of the season, probably then again the board may reconsider. But I don't want to waste my breath on saying Arteta out after every loss because it doesn't matter to them. They take the decision that they want to anyways, and I can still see if they are going to back him again in January. Hopefully, a striker or two coming into the team and into the squad and making a difference. Maybe one striker and one midfielder, possibly what he needs. But based on the fact that he played Eddie again and he's keeping Eddie part of the squad, I get the feeling they're not going to sign a striker in January, which is quite scary with the way that Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Eddie, the whole situation is currently with regards to our front players. We need goals. If we get goals, we will win games. Yes, last 2 games, I think even the United game, it was more or less maybe we could have gotten more from it. But today we were very poor. And just because we have been poor in the last 2 games, I'm not going to start again going back into the cycle with ArtetaOut fans that because after 10 games, we have been poor in the last 2 games. The whole cycle keeps repeating itself. If in the next 10 games, we win another 7 or 8, then again, the Arteta in fans come out. Arteta
Do you
out fans
seriously?
go
Do
quiet.
you think that we'll win 7 out of 10 games?
No, I'm just giving an example. I haven't seen all the fixtures, but I'm saying when it happened in the last 10, when we didn't lose in 10, Arteta out fans were a bit quiet. The Arteta
I
in
wasn't.
fans
I said
were
the exact same thing because it was not convincing over 10 games.
I'm just saying that maybe you weren't. I'm saying a lot of fans were. So the other thing is now again, if it happens in the next cycle, like in the next 10 games, maybe we win. We don't lose maybe 6 or 7. We lose maybe a couple. The cycle could repeat itself because our league table position will go up again. So I'll make my main judgment if I have to at the end of the season, depending on where we finish in the table. If we don't finish in a European spot, obviously I would still reconsider. But the main thing is the board needs to reconsider.
Okay.
Take care. Good night.
See you, bro.
Big up Nitish, man. Take it easy, bro.
Dylan, do you want to go next?
What are you sort of chasing? My last comments?
Yeah.
Look, man, there's not really much to say. So same thoughts that you know. Unfortunately, I know that this board will not act on these, but I was just having a look at, like someone just some random goon obviously just tweeted out, and he said the thing is like, as far as we are, people say we're close to like that top 4 situation. We're as close to pretty much 15th as well. There's only like a 4-5 gap difference, and you have 1 or 2 bad games, and we keep continuing that downfall, where we're going to be back in that same mud where we were at the start of the season. But anyway, this guy said, like, look, we're in 7th place, 6 defeats all season, 3 defeats in the last 4, 18 goals scored, and 22 conceded. So we've got a -4 goal difference. Like, that's just unbelievable, bro. It's just, it's inexcusable. The fact that I can't even remember last year. Did we have a positive goal difference at the end of the year, or we only picked it up, when we started hitting that last 5 games of form? Because it's just, it's shocking.
The football's unsustainable. This comment reads it all.
It is. It's unsustainable. Yeah.
There you go.
It's just, I just can't see us going anywhere, man. And we need change. And the thing is, if you act sooner rather than later, the likes of like what's, like even you look at what Leicester did a couple of years ago when they sacked Ranieri after he just won the league, and then they got in Rodgers. Like, you got to act on what you see at that time. And
you want to know something?
Yeah.
Arsenal under Arsene Wenger in his pump would have at least sat at the table with Haaland. But this current Arsenal could never even.
Yeah, but if you're an elite player, there's no way that I want to sit. Even if I'm Blahovic, am I going to sit down with Mikel and have an honest conversation about where I see this club going? I wouldn't. I know, but if Chelsea or Man City or someone comes knocking,
holding us back in recruitment.
He is, of course he is. That's why he's signing kids. The thing is, he's gaining no respect from the older players.
Okay, safe. All right, my guy. Don't know Dylan.
No, see, boys.
Take it easy, Dylan.
Kesh, you already know what it is. Azan, final remarks?
Yeah, look, tonight's performance was unacceptable, shambolic, spineless, and weak, like I said earlier. As much as the players need to hang their heads in shame, the manager for me is the guy who is not the guy, basically. I've said it since last season. I have been consistent. I know through prior to our 2 most recent defeats that we went on a nice little run. We were moving up the table, and I praised him and the players when needed be. But unfortunately, those wins or those points that we gained, the performances weren't enough for me. And like tonight's performance, it's nowhere near the level that we require or want as a fans in order for us to make that push towards or fight for that 4th spot in the top 4. And look, for me, at the end of the day, Arteta, he's out of his depth. He's been a rookie since day 1. Everything's a new experience for him, whether it's good, bad, or in the middle or ugly. Everything is a new experience. This guy should not be at a club the size of Arsenal. It's crazy, man. Look, at the end of the day, look, the hierarchy, the ownership, they need to grow a pair and make a big decision. If they care about this club, if they care about us fans, they have to sack this guy. Because if we don't, then we're not going to be making top 4. We're going to be in another year where we're going to have no Champions League. Europa League, again, for me is a stretch. It's going to be another year of no European football, like what we're currently seeing right now. And, like I heard a lot that us not having European football is going to be beneficial to us, playing once a week. Well, unfortunately, it's not the case. So, look, at the end of the day, whoever makes the decision, they've got to fire this guy now, and bring in someone of experience, someone with a real CV, who is, at the end of the day, a winner. Someone who's got real pedigree to their name, to come and command respect within this squad, whether it's the youngsters or whether it's the seniors. And the investment has to continue in Jan. But for me, I'll be real with you. I would sacrifice, as much as how we were in Spaces in the last week or so. We've been discussing what do we need in Jan, and some have said we need a striker. Some have said we need a midfielder. In my opinion, even before the United defeat, I said we need both. But I'll be real with you. There's no manager that is available with the CV that I want. Only Zidane. But again, look, Zidane, whether some feel he's good enough or his philosophy or style of play is the right fit for Arsenal, that's a whole different discussion. But only he's available. Enrique, Luis Enrique, which Kesh suggested. As far as I'm aware, he's the manager of the national side of Spain. Maybe that is achievable, but again, like, we've put ourselves in a predicament where any real manager of real quality is within a job right now. So we're gonna have to go out and not only buy out that manager's contract, but obviously offer them the big bucks. And I would personally, even though I want 2 signings in Jan, a striker and a midfielder, I would sacrifice one position if we go out and get a real top or / world-class manager in. That's what I would do. And yeah, if only we do that, maybe then we can salvage our season and potentially push on to actually finish in that top 4 spot. So
there you go. All right, big up everybody. You already know what it is. If you haven't already seen my intro, the beginning, that's where I said everything that I needed to say. And you have yourselves a wonderful day, guys. Kesh, Aslan, everyone who's joined, appreciate it. Have yourselves a good day. We're out, people.
Big up, everyone. Bless.